How you doing, YouTube? My name is Sal. I'm here today because I want to try out a couple of things. One is I got a $30 hammock from River Country Products. That thing, came with a tarp and a hammock for 30 bucks. It's not bad for me anyway, because I'm just going to try it out. And then I also got two stands. They're called the Tensa Solo Hammock stands. I'll explain that in a bit. But anyway, I got two of those. What started me off on this is I'm going to start up motor camping. And I was looking on YouTube, and I happened to just go on a couple of searches on it and stuff like that, as anybody else would. And I ran into a guy named Moto Giant. He's pretty good. His videos are pretty good. He's got stealth camping videos, a lot of motorcycle camping. Also goes like on excursions and stuff like that. I like his stuff. Well, anyway, turns out he was he made a video with the benefits of hammock camping versus tent camping. And he used to be a big tent camper, and he switched to hammocks. And he gave the pros and the cons of both. And I figured might as well worth a try. And I was looking around, and man, these hammocks cost a lot of money. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like it. But it looks interesting, something I definitely wanted to try, and that's where Amazon came in, and I got the River Country hammock. Hammock, like I said, is 30 bucks. It comes with the tarp, and I figured, hey, you know what? If I like it, awesome. If I don't, it's only $30. The tarp I could always use. And I do, tent camping, glamping really, but I mean, so what got me off was, since the motorcycle camping, you can't like pack a lot of stuff onto the bike, so I try to like minimal. And I've got a couple of tents that I usually use, but trying something new. Anyway, so I get this the hammock, and since we're in the pandemic right about now, and I'm in Illinois and everything's closed. I had to like almost kind of sneak into this forest preserve here because a lot of them are closed. You can't really go in. But this one I went in and trying to look for trees to put on. Well, I'm out of luck with that. Few spots that have like trees that have the right width in order for you to set up a hammock on it. So, and there's a couple local parks by me, and slim enough. So turns out I was like, well, I got to do something. While I'm waiting for the hammock, I'm still searching, and I run into this website called Tensa Outdoor, and they have this thing where it's this monstrosity. It's got like 4 aluminum poles, and you set them up, and it's called a Tensa 4, and you set up the hammock on it, and then you can put a tent on that thing too. It's cool, to me it looks like a lot of work. So, and plus it was like 300 bucks, and I was like, you know what, it's nice, but not for me. So I'm looking on the site, and it's got like trekking trees, it's called, and it's got basically they're trekking poles. They're carbon fiber trekking poles, and you put them on. Either you buy one, and then it's basically a pole with an extension on it, and it's got a couple of guy lines on it, and then you hook it up to, if you got a tree, then you put it on the other side of that tree, and then you could hook up your hammock to it, and it's also got a feature where you get the other one, and then you got 2 poles and the hammock in between it, and you don't need a tree. So I was like, that looks pretty cool, but the only problem was, for one trekking pole, it was like $200. I paid $30 for the hammock. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I don't think I'm going to do that. But there was another feature on there where it had the Tensa Solo stand, and what caught me was it had a picture of a motorcycle on it, and then it had 2 poles with the hammock on it, and I was like, that looks interesting. Let me try that one out. So I clicked on it. Not that much info, but it's basically just like the Tensa, the trekking trees. Only difference is it's basically aluminum. It's heavier, bulkier, and cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I ended up trying that out. Now I don't know what exactly to get, but it's basically the same setup. You know, you've got a hook loop on it. You've got two double loops for one side for the tarp and maybe a guy line on it or something. But that's just for the tarp, you know, and the guy lines for that. Then, like I said, I got confused. I do that a lot. Anyway, so this thing is pretty big. You've got, as usual, I screwed up something. Anyway, so basically you got 5 extensions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th, which it kind of came loose, so it's not that big a deal. Anyway, so this is basically one. And then you're supposed to set them up. There's really not that much information on there as far as the PDF. It tells you basic, but you know, for one is you're looking anywhere from like $80 on up. You've got options of you know, different types of guy lines or webbings and stakes on it. Now, I had no idea what the heck I was getting. So, you know, I mean, they're talking boom stakes, and I'm like, what the heck are they? You know what I mean? Usually I just do regular pegs, but the boom stakes, and then they had screws, right? They were basically stakes. So I ended up getting the webbing. I guess you get your choice of either black or orange. I got the orange ones. And then you got boom stakes, which, you know, is basically a huge nail with aluminum titanium. Yeah, it's titanium and aluminum reinforced, or yeah. And then you basically put this into the ground. You put one of the guy lines here, and then you wrap it around, and then that goes over to the pole. You know, you got a 30 millimeter and a 40 millimeter choice on it. I got the 30 millimeter. I had no idea why, you know, what the difference on it, but from the explanation, it was saying that the boom stakes are for medium to hard ground, and then they had what they're called orange screws, and these, you know, these are from soft to medium. Thing was, these are like $15 each. These are like $12 each on the website. I originally got the boom stakes, you know, and then I got the pole and the webbing. With the webbing, you've got your choice of either am steel guy lines. But, you know, like I said, I didn't know what to do, but I figured let me get the boom stakes, because, you know, they look a little more sturdier and stuff like that. And I didn't want to spend, you know, 12 bucks per orange screw. Besides, I saw them on eBay, and you get 4 of these for $24, you know. So I was like, I'll get these. I'll get it, you know, and I got them in. These actually came in faster than the stands. So anyway, turns out, you know, I got the stands and everything else. Now, reason being is, I'm sure I probably said it, but, you know, I tend to forget what I'm talking about. So, yeah, the reason why I got these is because, like I said, trees are slim and none as far as where I'm at. And the campground that I usually go to, I don't remember having any trees where I could stand up, you know, a hammock in. So I figured, well, this would be a perfect time to try it, because that way I can go to my spot when and if, you know, this stuff ever opens, if we get a chance to leave our houses. But I figured, you know what, let me try it all out now. This is the perfect spot for them. And if I don't like it, you know, I mean, I could always eBay them or whatever. Or, but you know, they look pretty interesting so far, and they look pretty cool. Now, I haven't gotten a chance to use them. I came here earlier to put permethrin on my my tents, so, you know, I figured now's the time to do it. Anyway, so if you want to stick around, thank you for that, and you know, check it out, and, you know, we'll see if it's decent. Like I said, this will be my first time setting it up, so I really don't know exactly how this stuff works, or YouTube, or, you know, this whole video thing for that reason. But, you know, like I said, stick around and give me a shot, and we'll see if this is worth it for you or for me. Okay, so now I set this stuff up earlier, sort of. From what I can gather from the actual video of the trekking trees, you're basically, setting up this thing anywhere from 6 to 8 feet apart from stake to pole. And then obviously from the peak of the ridge line to the other pole is going to be another 6 to 8 feet, and then about 6 to 8 feet different. So it's going to be like a triangle. Like I said, I don't know exactly how far the poles should be from each other. That's kind of okay, I don't know. Let's try that again. Okay, so basically, as far as the guidelines, you're supposed to set them up somewhere like in a triangle from peak of the pole to the end of the stake for about 6 to 8 feet. And I really don't know exactly how to do this just yet, so I'm kind of learning as I go, and I really don't know how far the poles should be from each other. I'm thinking somewhere from 10 to 12 feet. Exactly how far all this stuff is right now, I don't know. But I'm gonna give it a try, and we'll see what happens from there. So I guess you're learning as I'm learning, and somebody's gonna get laughed at, whether it's you or me laughing at myself afterwards is not in question. Anyway, so kind of like these stakes a lot more than the boom stakes. Maybe because the ground is medium hardness. I mean, I don't know how the heck you can tell, but the orange stakes or the orange screws, from what they were talking about on Amazon, they also work in sand, from light to medium. So, I mean, if anybody does like beach hammocking or whatever, they can try it on there too. I mean, like I said, interesting. But as I said, I like these. They're I like the concept of them. They're screwing them. And basically, that's what they are. My guess is that they probably, catch on a lot more than the boom stakes, or any kind of stake, really, because usually you got to angle those. These, so far they look like kind of straight in, and that's it. So this is basically it right here. Figure this out. Let's go on sides and put these in. Supposed to be, the guidelines are supposed to be on top of the continuous loop for where you hook up the hammock. And right now, seems to be it. I'm just going to put this like this for now. These I set them up, but I didn't know exactly where to put them. But I gather they're going to be somewhere parallel to each other, right? So. Okay. Setup looks fairly easy. Very, very easy, actually. Not that hard setup time. I mean, So I mean, that looks cool. Yeah, I want to do some stealth camping. Kind of is interesting. I saw Moto Giant do it, and it was kind of cool. Except he's got like this cool little tool. It's sort of like this blanket or tarp, really, that he puts on top of the bike, and then he points a camera onto you know, trees or grass or in the woods somewhere, and then he turns on the camera, and the woods just magically appear on the cover or the tarp, which is kind of cool, man. You know, I saw that, I was like, dude, that's awesome, I gotta get it. Anyway, I started researching on it, and it turns out, I think it's made in China somewhere, because I saw a couple of Chinese guys walking around with this thing and then turning it. But anyway, I couldn't find it anywhere. But I found something close to it. It's called the Harry Potter Invisibility Cloak. I got it coming, you know. It's got an app and everything. Yeah, when I first saw that, I was like, dude, that's awesome, I want it. Of course, that was my first reaction. And then afterwards, it was like, oh man, it's a joke, that ain't real, you know. But that would have been awesome if it was. Alright, so I think this is it. I don't know why. I feel this is too far. Either way, we're going to find out. Yeah, we're definitely going to find out. Okay, so, unless I could just like, nah. Let's do this one again. I guess I'd see. You know exactly how far this stuff is gonna go. Wait. I just thought of something. See? Told you I'm not that smart. Anyway. These skylights. Stretch them out. The other ones, right? Where's that? A little bit more. Interesting. So I got to learn how far these things go. On this side. Maybe that will be good enough. Try this out. And okay. understand, it's supposed to be somewhere like 30 degrees. Which this might be, I don't know. This is probably supposed to be 30 degrees. This is supposed to be 30 degrees. Because, you know, one of those mental midgets. Not only short, but I'm short-brained. Okay, so, yeah. Alright, so, this is basically it. We shall soon find out whether this is, well, nothing all in so far, but I am afraid. Now, this is where I guess you set up the tarp. You know, you normally put it here to or tie these and then put the guy line there for reinforcement. But that's not my worry right now. I added this on just by, you know, eyeballing it. But anyway, moment of truth, where either I get hurt and you laugh, I'm scared. Huh. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I am so scared. But yeah, this is it. Fall, but it looks cool. Feels okay. I mean, I thought it was going to be coming down, toppling all over the place. But yeah, as far as the hammock's not bad. You know, for 30 bucks. I don't know what's a good or bad deal for it, but it seems to be okay for 30 bucks. I mean, obviously it's holding me, and it's also got a bug net on the bottom. So. But that wasn't my my main concern at this point. It's got one zipper on one side. But yeah, I like it. I can try it out. So, yeah, I guess I'd have to figure out the length. But it looks like about maybe from the bottom about 9 feet, maybe about 12, 13 feet. Top part, about 30 degrees. That's it. So, yeah. Not bad. Now I guess I gotta figure out the under quilt. I don't know what the heck that's all about. But yeah, we'll give it a try. You know what, while I'm here, those tents should be dry. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab one, I'm going to tie it, because those are the Polish Lavvu tents, the teepee tents, and you know, I got 2 of them, and it's time to, I came here actually to spray those things with permethrin on it, so that, you know, mosquitoes and all that stuff won't bother me. But I'm going to use one of them as a hammock. Since I got it out, I want to see if that works. Because it came with the webbing, you know, to hold on for this one. But I'm wondering if I can use one of the Lavvu for these. I got the carabiners, because you always got extra carabiners. But stay with me. We're going to try those out. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try out, I actually modded these when I first got them. I put zippers on them so it's easier to open and close, and I can do that on both sides. I'm thinking about other stuff to do with this, but I've got a Luxor TP insert, which is kind of cool. You know, if I don't want to mess with the bugs and, you know, and the bottom being open, I grabbed that, and it's a half one, so it's pretty cool. That one was like maybe 70 bucks. But anyway, I'm going to try this one out. What I'm going to do is I am going to tie this into a knot. Just a regular old knot. I'm sure there's cool ways. See, I never did this before because, you know, the hammock was never one that interested me. So anyway, put it, do it again here. Yeah, see, I'm sure that there's, you know, there's people that can put rings in these things or whatever, and then rope. So this is basically it. It shouldn't come apart now because, you know, my knots are awesome. Yeah. Anyway, so if we grab the carabiner. Okay. So these are the carabiners. Here, in this one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a slip knot. And I'm sure you guys don't need me to teach you this. But, you know, it's basically cross it over this way, that, put inside. Okay, and then you tighten. Okay, and this should be okay. Unless, you know, it's me doing it. So now, I'm just gonna guess it. There, then grab the other one. I had the other one. Yeah. I lost the other carabiner. See? Oh yeah. Guess where I got it. I'm sure you guys probably saw that. Anyway, redo this again. There. And there. And here. do it right, because my name is Sal. Okay, so this way and this way. Okay, so this one should be done. Oh, fine. Okay. There we go. This one will not fail. Okay. This one should be now. Again, down a notch, both. So, we're going to see if this works. I'm going to take that one off. And we're done with the Lavvu Pancho, which is kind of cool. I like the idea of it. Now, I saw with Swedwoods, he's like a bushcraft guy from Sweden. From Sweden. Anyway, I saw him use the top one as like a tarp, which is probably something I can implement with all of these, you know, instead of this. Didn't dawn on me until earlier. Would have saved me $30. If this works, that is. I mean, it should, because, you know, it worked on YouTube. Got those perpetual motion machines that work on those. So why not this? Okay, so this part is the hammock. We didn't fall down. We were lucky. Got to mess around with some stuff here, but it seems to be okay. I mean, I'm scared. You know, obviously tie this up. Plus, I'm scared to like really be on this thing. Okay. So yeah, and even like the cover. And I know I'm doing something wrong because I probably have to put that one up a little bit more. But either way, yeah, I'd have to lift that up a little. Either way, it's not bad. Maybe I can just do something like this and that as far as the the tent on top. I only carry just, you know, the Lavvus. I can do something like that. But either way, I mean, what do you guys think? Something for you? Or, you know, but yeah, as far as the hammock stand, those are not bad. Not bad at all. Anyway, thanks for being with me, guys. Thank you for allowing me to just put this stuff up without that much criticism. But either way, thanks.